Here now with J.B. Fisher. He is the president of Corvaglia Closures here in the U.S. And first question for you: when a beverage manufacturer is picking a caps and closure partner to work with, what are some of the key things that they should be thinking about?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, probably like any customer looking for a product from their supplier, it all boils down to service, right? In this business, our customers need a very high level of touch and service throughout the support for the use of our product, and I find that's probably one of the most critical things anymore. Manufacturing can be somewhat replicated, generally speaking, so when it all comes down to it, I think service is probably the most important factor relative to choosing who you're going to do business with, and that's not just service before the sale, it's also service after the sale, so covering all parts of the value chain from a service standpoint.
When it comes to beverages, do you see any emerging markets that you particularly would see yourself as a valuable partner for?
Yeah, I mean, we play in all spaces, whether it's the cold fill, the hot fill, or aseptic space. But I would say probably the most suitable for us in the North American market, particularly, is in the aseptic area. We have a long history in aseptic in Europe, which is where our company is headquartered, over 25 years. So we understand that space very well and believe that we can bring the same value to our North American partners that we've done relative to the European segment itself. And we do understand that there's some interest and some growth from the beverage bottling industry in North America in that realm.
Are there any products that you feel like you have a particular edge over your competitors with when it comes to beverages?
Yeah, I think for us, our company was founded 32 years ago, and built into our DNA is about lightweighting. So we are a lightweighting leader. We have been strictly focused on one-piece closures throughout our whole history. Very, very focused on that entirely. So when it comes to a beverage cap or a closure, I think people think of Corvaglia and they think of us really as a one-piece, lightweight solution for their product. So I think it's a very broad area, but certainly when you think about what our consumers are asking us for, certainly lightweight, taking material out of the product, making sure it's still a functional product for them, can run at high speeds, and still seal their package the way it needs to be sealed is very, very critical. So lightweighting is part of who we are, part of our DNA, and I suspect that's probably the best direction for us.
High-level reasons why somebody would choose Corvaglia Closure as a partner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Corvaglia offers the marketplace. We play on all levels of the value chain, right? Every space along the value chain is where we play. We do everything from soup to nuts, we like to say. We start with the cap design, but we also build and design our own molds and do that in-house, as well as fabrication of the cap or closure itself. And then beyond pre-sale and production and design of molds and caps, then we also service our customers. So being able to play in every phase of that value chain very holistically, I think is probably the biggest thing relative to how Corvaglia goes to market and the benefit that we could bring to the customer base.
So a lot of the people here at BevTech already know who you are and they know what you do. What would be one thing that you would say maybe some of these people don't know about you that you want to point out?
Sure, we've got a long history. We've been in this business for over 30 years. But one area that's very new to us, we're a technology-driven company first and foremost. But in the United States, we have the first digital printer to print the top of a cap. We have several of those units in Switzerland that are quite busy, and we're very excited to bring that technology to the United States. So probably most folks know we make a cap to service the beverage market, but they may not know that we have really some unique technology as it relates to putting ink on top of that cap. And when I say that, I'm talking about not just a logo, a one color, but I'm talking about portrait quality imagery that can go on top of the cap, and it runs just as fast, if not faster, than many of the traditional print materials. The other thing I'll say on that really quickly is that what's unique about it as well, not only is it portrait quality, but I can also run very, very small quantities. So small batch, I can run massive quantities as well, large volume quantities, but I have no pre-press setup, no printing plates. Those sorts of things make this technology very, very unique, and we're happy to be the first one in the United States to bring it. Yeah, another thing worth mentioning is the fact that Corvaglia is leading the world in technology as it relates to the tethered solution for the beverage industry, and it was built around helping to make a better environment relative to cleaning up the oceans and sustainability. And in Europe, we have been one of 3 companies that were chosen to supply the market, at least initially, with what's called a tethered closure. And the design and the concept is to keep that cap attached to the bottle so that the consumer can then reattach it and recycle it with the bottle, and it doesn't end up in the ocean, right? So very easily, it can be opened, folded back underneath the lip, and then the consumer can continue to drink. When they're finished, put it back on and close it and put it into the recycle stream. So we're very, very proud of this technology. Our company has helped to lead the initiative to set the standard for the design that's being used in Europe, and we're anxious to see how it develops over the course of this year, coming years, and how it may come to the U.S.